Stick around if you want to see my everyday makeup routine and learn how to get makeup that looks like this. Do you want to learn how to avoid cakey makeup and get that clean girl everyday makeup look? Then keep watching. So the first way that you're going to avoid getting cakey makeup is by first washing your face. You want to always exfoliate, even if it's just with regular soap and a washcloth. And then the second secret is to use some kind of moisturizer under your makeup before you start your makeup. And I put this all the way down my neck and even on my chest. Another place that we don't think about is the tops of our hands. This is like the first thing that starts to get wrinkly as we get older. So make sure you're keeping your hands super moisturized. It really doesn't matter what moisturizer you use, but the one that I'm using today right now that I love is Palmer's. But if you want to use something lighter and made for the face, then of course, find a product you love and stick with it. Another secret to get nice, full looking lips when you do your lips is to one, use either lip liner or something to line the outside, a darker color. And then on the topic of exfoliation, use a washcloth in the shower and just do circles and totally just like exfoliate your lips. It makes a huge difference before you start your makeup. So today I'm gonna be mixing two foundations. I'm using Drugstore makeup. None of the makeup that I have here is name brand really. I do have NARS concealer, Hoola bronzer, and then Sephora eyeshadow palette, but everything else is bought from the drugstore. The two foundations that I'm using right now are the L'Oreal and the e.l.f. I like the L'Oreal because it actually has sunscreen in it. The e.l.f. foundation is in color 120 Pearl, and the L'Oreal is in 420 True Beige. Another secret to not getting cakey makeup is to just apply what you need and no more. So what I'm gonna do is just put two little dots of this, two little dots of the L'Oreal, or maybe three. And then I'm gonna go in with my blending brush. I'm just using a brush like this. And I'm just gonna evenly spread this out. A lot of people use their hands, and I think that it makes your skin oily. I don't like to do that, and I don't like it on my hands, the foundation, so I'm just using minimal product. And this is my everyday makeup routine. I bring it down my neck to get a nice blend, because nobody wants a line. I know that we've all seen those girls when they lift their neck up, or when they go out in the sun, all you see is like a line of cover up. My husband and I just finished a 3-day juice cleanse, and if you want to learn more about that, the link is going to be below in the description. I lost 9 pounds in 3 days doing this juice cleanse. I was like just shocked. Okay, so now my little secret is that I use concealer as contour for my face, and so this is what I'm using. It's just a darker concealer, and you don't need much at all, like the bare minimum. Otherwise you'll be looking crazy, but I just get as much of the product as I can off the brush. And I'm gonna go here, right below my cheekbone. I'm gonna go here on the nose, underneath the nose, and above the nose to give that little button nose look. And then I'm gonna go on my jawline. So just a little bit of product. Now I'm gonna take a different brush. We're not using the same brush. We're gonna use this brush here. It's just a puffy blush brush. And then I'm gonna draw a line going straight up with the product. And I don't blend it all the way at first. I just give myself a nice line. Same thing with the jawline. And then I'm gonna take the excess product and draw circles up here at the top of my forehead. This just gives a really nice contoured look. And then I'm gonna do circles on my cheekbone until that's all the way blended out. It's so crazy because with this juice cleanse that we did, my face and my chest is just like totally breaking out, and I never struggle with acne, but you know, when you do a juice cleanse, like it just brings all of the toxins out of your body. And I've also been in the sauna, and so I know that I've been just sweating out all of those toxins and buildup because we've never done a juice cleanse before. So this is the first time, and I definitely feel so much better. I've noticed a huge difference, and just getting that extra weight off and being at my goal weight is such a good feeling. But basically what I'm doing is I'm just blending on the sides of the nose. I'm blending on the bottom of the nose here, and then the top of the nose right here to create that little like box type look. Now we're gonna go in with concealer. I'm using NARS. And to not get a cakey makeup look, you wanna use as little concealer as possible. So I'm gonna use it here in the corner of my eye, and then here, just to give a little bit of lift, and I'm gonna leave this part open in my eye, just so I don't use too much product. Then I'm gonna use a little here, just to get some brightness, and a little dot right here. I'll do a little tiny bit there too. And then we're gonna use a different brush to blend this out. I'm gonna use this brush here. And the reason why you wanna use different brushes is because obviously you don't want the colors to mix. You want it to stay nice and bright with the concealer. So this, we're gonna blend it up. And you kinda wanna pat the skin. You don't wanna drag it or rub it. My face is, I'm trying not to open my mouth when I'm doing this, but I think it's like a natural reaction to open your mouth when you're putting on makeup. I'm gonna bring that up. Nice and bright and beautiful. So now we're gonna do the brows, and I love this Wet n Wild pencil. This thing is well worn. It's Wet n Wild, and it has this end that has a nice sharp end to apply for your eyebrows, and then on this end, it's like a brow brush. So I'm gonna take my brows, bring them up, and I like to do highlighter at the end just to get like a nice finished look. And then I'm taking, so this is the City Mini Palette by Maybelline New York, just from the drugstore. It's in the shades 400 Rooftop Bronzes. I'm gonna show you. So this is the front. And then these are the colors. I love this palette because it has the super dark colors, and then it has the really light, beautiful colors there. And that's all I really use. I use shadow for my brows, and then I use shadow also for the creases in my eyes, just to get a real natural look. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna draw a line going upward. And what I like to do is do both brows at the same time to make them match as much as possible. So we're gonna draw a line up, and then we're gonna do the arch up here. So we're gonna start here and draw a line up as well. It's all gonna come together. Gotta trust the process. Now I'm gonna connect that line that was going up, and I'm gonna bring it down. And then I'm just gonna kind of fill in. Same thing here. You want a nice high arch, and then you can drag the tail a little further past your natural brow. This brow needs some extra help right here, so I'm gonna fill this in. I had my eyebrows microbladed maybe, 3 to 4 years ago, and I haven't touched them since. I've just kind of been filling them in. She gave me a beautiful, beautiful shape. Before I had my eyebrows microbladed, I had no idea how, like what shape worked for me and how to get a good shape when I was filling in my eyebrows. So ever since then, I've just been following the shape that she gave me when she microbladed. So I love to do the lines with the shadow, and then I'll take the brush and I'll take the angle to where it's angled like this, and then I'll drag it upward to get kind of a natural looking fill in. Because the last thing you want is your brows to be boxy. And when I'm happy with the shape, then I'll use the other side of the brush and just blend it out. I have this, I think it's from Anastasia. I've had this for so long, Anastasia Beverly. This is an eyebrow gel, and you can use any eyebrow gel, but I'm just gonna use this to kind of lock the powder in. And so I'm just gonna use it on the brow, mostly just in the top half right here. Okay, now we're gonna do shadow. So we're gonna take this brush here, and I'm gonna take a super light color, the lightest color I have, and I'm gonna put this color in the teardrop of my eye, just patting. You don't really wanna rub. And then under the eyebrow, just to give a nice, bright, lifted look. Now we're gonna take a brush, super tiny, like this, and we're gonna get a medium brown color. I'm using this one right here. And what I'm gonna do is just fill in the crease of my eye. So just drawing a line in the crease of my eye. This is gonna give like a really nice, natural shadow and give your eyes some dimension without looking like you have a ton of makeup on. So we're filling in the crease, and then we're taking the same color and we're just doing the very corner of the eye. And then once we're done with that, we're gonna take a brush like this, and we're just gonna blend it out. So it's nice and blended. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. We're going in with a small brush again. And we're doing just the crease and the corner of the eye. And then we're gonna go in with our fluffy brush and just blend it out. This is just gonna give you a little depth, a little dimension, without looking like too much. And then if you want to do a little bit of extra, you can take your little small brush again and just barely go underneath the eye with that color. It's just gonna make your eyes stand out and pop a little bit. So pretty. All right, now we can do a little bit of liner. So I'm using the e.l.f. No Budge retractable eyeliner. Anyone can do this makeup routine. I'm using drugstore makeup. You don't need all of the fancy stuff, the primer and the face cream and I mean, it's lovely. I'm sure it looks beautiful, but you don't need it. And how I'm doing the liner is just very light. We're doing from the corner of the eye here, halfway on the lid, and same thing down here. From the corner, halfway down. Corner, halfway down, corner, halfway. And just really thin line, like you don't want to. I'm gonna show you before I blend it. This is what it looks like. You don't want to put too much because eyeliner just does not look good when you do that. So then you're gonna take your small brush. You're just gonna kind of blend that out. You want it to go a little past the edge of your eye and then blend it in. Not all the way to the corner, but almost 3/4 of the way. So come out a little bit from the lid and then come in. And then with the bottom, you're gonna bring it up and then 3/4 of the way in. And now it's a nice, seamless blended look. So now we have liner. Before we do the mascara, let's do the lippies. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't have any lip liner right now, I'm gonna use this concealer. So it's the same concealer we used earlier. And I'm gonna get most of the product off of the brush, and then I'm just gonna line my lip with it. And I'm gonna overline just a tad, but you don't wanna do a crazy overline, otherwise you're gonna be able to see it. Like maybe not in the camera, you won't be able to see it, but like in real life, you're gonna look like you have an underlining. So just slightly overline. And with the top lip, don't go all the way to the corner. Come up. And then I like to highlight the shape of my lip by coming up like that. Because I just think it's like really pretty to have that nice shape, like that half triangle look. And then I'm gonna come in with the Lip Lifter Gloss by Maybelline. I love this stuff. It's a plumper. And it has hyaluronic acid in it. And then you're just gonna come and fill in. Give you a nice, plump, beautiful lip. So now I wanna go in with a powder bronzer. So I'm using the Hoola Benefit. And an alternative, if you don't want to buy this, is the Revlon Skin Lights. But I love the Hoola. It really works well. And it has this awesome brush. So I'm gonna hit my jawline just to kind of set that concealer. And here, this makes your face nice and snatched. And then come down the neck a little bit, so you don't want a line. Make sure your cheekbones are blended out. And then we're gonna do a little bit on the forehead. This is so pretty. So lastly is gonna be the highlighter. We're gonna come in with the same brush that we used for the super light eyeshadow. And I'm gonna come in and pat my highlighter. And I'm gonna put a little bit on the end of my nose, a little bit here, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. And then right above where I put that bronzer is where I'm gonna come in with the highlighter. And I'm gonna get my temple too, up here. And now, last but not least, my favorite part is the mascara. So I have 3 or 4 different ones that I use here. These are the different ones that I use. I love the YSL for waterproof. But I really won't use this unless I'm gonna be swimming or sweating because it is hard to get off. Today I'm gonna use the Maybelline Sky High. I don't curl my lashes because I used to curl them and they started falling out, and the lash curler was like chopping my eyelashes off. So even when I would replace the pad, so I don't do that anymore. And honestly, I don't need it. And this mascara is basically gone. I love it so much that it's pretty much gone. So we're gonna go in now with the Maybelline Great Lash. And I like to do a lot of layers of mascara. My best friend in high school, her name was Cassidy Bond, and she passed away some years ago now, but she taught me how to do my mascara in high school, and Her eyelashes always looked so good. She would just put like 5 layers of mascara, and what she would do is she would put on the mascara and make sure that her eyelashes weren't really like clumping together, and then she would let it dry a little bit, and then when it was pretty dry and tacky, then she would go in again for another layer. And so that's what I'm doing here. And what I like to do is go up and down on the lash like this to really coat the entire lash, and then I'll bring the lash up. And I do top and bottom lashes. Growing up, my mom taught me how to do my makeup, and she always has the most beautiful, natural makeup. And so when I started doing my mascara like this, she was like, "What are you doing?" Because she is the type that does like 1 layer of mascara because she hates clumpy lashes. So even if 2 lashes are clumped together, it drives her absolutely crazy. She is the type who like separates every lash. And we're done. So as a summary, you always want to exfoliate your face before you put makeup on. You always want to use some type of moisturizer. Then you'll go in with your foundation and only use what you need. You don't need a ton of foundation. It's gonna make your makeup look cakey, and you just need enough coverage. So use minimal foundation, spread that out on your face. Then you'll go in with your contour. After the contour, you're gonna go in with your concealer and just brighten up the areas that need to be brightened. From there, after the concealer, you can start with your eyebrows, and then you're gonna comb your eyebrows up, making them nice and beautiful with a tool like this if you have it. And I use shadow on my brows. So we filled in our brows. We set the brows with a setting gel, and then we went in with the eyeliner. We did minimal eyeliner. We only put eyeliner on half of the eyes coming from the outside in, and then we blended that eyeliner. We did our eyeshadow, so we did the crease as well as the corner with the eyeshadow, and then we blended that out with a brush. We also went in with a very light eyeshadow, and we highlighted the inner eye and then just below the brow. Then we went in with our highlighter. And I don't know if I ever showed you the highlighter. It's the Rimmel London highlight. So that's what I used. And we went in with the highlighter and we did button nose here and here. We did right above here where we did the contour, just right above the contour. And that's it. And then we just went in with our mascara, and this is the final look. Another thing that I like to do is I take this Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner. It's a liquid eyeliner, and I love just making like a little beauty mark. So I think it's so pretty. So I just put like a little beauty mark here. Learn how to do this blowout and make your curls last for days, even in humidity. I'm going to teach you how in the link below.
We buy houses. That's what we do.
Sell to a local, trusted husband and wife team that has helped hundreds of families just like you.
We love buying land, single-family houses, as well as small apartment buildings.
If you don't want to pay realtor fees or closing costs, we might be a match for you.
You get to keep all the profits. There are no fees involved.
Call us at 877-721-SELL.
That's 877-721-SELL. Please pick up the phone and call us.
Or visit our website at homebuyingoffer.com.